Welcome back, coin collectors and history enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of UK 2 shilling coins, but not just any coins. We're talking about the top 5 most valuable 2 shillings you might find, ranging across different years, mint marks, and conditions. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, you'll want to stick around because some of these coins can fetch hundreds, even thousands of dollars at auction. Let's get started. First up, the 1948 UK 2 shilling coin, also known as the florin. While on paper it's a relatively common circulation coin, this particular date and type hold a surprising appeal in the auction world. In this video, we'll explore the coin's background, what makes it special, how rare surviving examples are even in circulated condition, its current market value in US dollars, and what collectors should watch for. To understand the 1948 2 shilling coin, we need to go back to the post-World War II era in Britain. The florin, or 2 shillings, had been part of British currency for more than a century, but by 1947-48, significant changes were underway. Under King George VI, the Royal Mint struck this florin in cupronickel, a change from earlier silver coins. Numista Plus 2 online coined Club Plus 2. The mintage in 1948 was very large, around 67.55 million coins were produced online coined at Club Plus 2 World Coin Shop Plus 2. These coins circulated for many years. After decimalization in 1971, florins were revalued as 10 new pence, and they remained legal tender until 1993, when they were formally withdrawn. Online coin. Club Plus 1 inch. Let's talk design. On the obverse, you'll see the bare-headed portrait of King George VI facing left, designed by Thomas Humphrey Paget. Online coin. Club around his neck are the initials HP. The legend around the edge reads Georgiev's 6D times G times BR times OMN times REX. Online coin. Club on the reverse, you find a beautifully stylized crown Tudor rose in the center, England, flanked by a thistle, Scotland, and a shamrock, Ireland. Online coin. Club Plus 1. The letters G and R appear on either side, representing Georgius Rex. The reverse was designed by George Kruger Gray. Allcoinvalues.com. Physically, the coin weighs about 11.31 grams, has a diameter around 28.3 millimeters, and a reeded edge. World Coin Shop Plus 1. These specifications make it robust and fairly easy to identify in a collection or pocket change. Rarity and collector demand in circulated fine condition. You might wonder, with a mintage over 67 million, how rare can this coin be? In raw numbers, it's not particularly scarce. Online coin. Club Plus 1. However, rarity isn't just about how many were struck, it's about how many have survived in a collectible grade and how many are actively traded. Even in circulated condition, demand among collectors is real. While many 1948 florins were used heavily and show wear, enthusiasts look for examples with clear detail, minimal damage, and attractive toning or patina. On platforms like Numista, circulated 1948 florins in fine or very fine grades are quite common in collections, but well-preserved coins can still stand out. Numista Reddit threads among UK coin collectors often note that post-1947 florins don't command huge premiums since they're non-silver, but well-cared ones still draw interest, especially because they represent a transitional post-war issue. Reddit. So, while they may not be rare in the strictest sense, quality examples in circulated but clean condition are valued and traded actively. Now to the crucial question, what is a 1948 2 shilling florin worth today? Let's break it down. According to Numista, circulated 1948 florins graded as fine typically go for around US 55 cents, while very fine examples average around $116,000, and about uncirculated might reach US $431,000. Numista. According to CoinTrail, the average auction price for this coin, in more collectible condition, is about $321,000, based on tracked auction results. Coinstrail.com. For coins in about uncirculated or near uncirculated condition, specialty dealers like Coincraft list them for around £12, which converts to roughly $223,000 depending on exchange rates. Coincraft circulated coins are not rare enough to fetch very high premiums, but when they are well preserved, they can reach prices significantly above the most common forms listed on general online marketplaces. Give one concrete benchmark. CoinTrail records show that a well-graded florin from 1948 has sold an auction for around US $70. Coinstrail.com. So if you have one in modest but collectible condition, somewhere in the tens of dollars may be realistic, and higher for better preserved pieces. If you're a collector thinking of adding a 1948 2 shilling florin to your collection, or maybe you already own one, here are some tips. Grade carefully. Learn to distinguish between good, fine, very fine, and AU. Even small improvements in strike definition can affect value. Watch auction sites. Use platforms like live auctioneers, eBay, and specialist coin houses to monitor real-world sales. This helps you understand what buyers are paying now. Get it certified, if high grade. If you find a florin in exceptionally good condition, having it professionally graded e.g. by NGC or PCGS may justify the certification fee by boosting its resale value. Preserve it properly. Store coins in holders, avoid cleaning them aggressively, and keep them in a stable environment to preserve toning and detail. Network with other collectors, joining numismatic forums, local coin clubs, or online communities, such as Reddit's Ucoins, can help you gauge demand, get feedback, and find trusted dealers. Reddit. Be realistic about value. Remember that these florins are not made of precious metal. Their value is primarily numismatic, not intrinsic, so aim to buy based on what the market actually pays, not just face valued. The 1948 UK 2 shilling florin is a humble yet historically rich coin. While over 67 million were minted, and it's not rare in absolute numbers, the collectible market still values well-preserved circulated examples. In fine condition, you might pay under US $1, while better preserved or near uncirculated pieces can go for $114,000 or more in auction settings. For collectors, it's a fascinating piece. Post-war, non-silver British coinage with elegant design and a stable but real demand. Whether you're just starting or adding to a mature collection, the 1948 florin is a smart and accessible way to connect with British numismatic heritage. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more coin stories and market insights. Leave a comment below if you own a 1948 florin. I'd love to hear what condition yours is in, how you found it, and whether you're thinking of adding to your collection. Next up, the United Kingdom 2 shilling coin from 1960, found in fine condition. Although this coin isn't extremely rare, it carries a rich history, unique design features, and an interesting place in the collector's market. We'll explore its background, its characteristics, how collectors view damaged pieces, and of course its current market and auction value in US dollars. So sit back, relax, and let's begin. The 1962 shilling coin, also known as a florin, comes from an important period in British coinage. The denomination was first introduced in 1849, intended as a step toward decimalization long before it officially took place in 1971. By 1960, the coin was part of the post-war currency system under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, showcasing one of the earliest portrait designs of her reign. During this time, 2 shillings equaled 1/10 of a pound or 24 old pence. These coins were minted in large quantities to support everyday transactions, making them familiar and heavily circulated pieces in the British economy. The year 1960 is also significant because it falls within the era when British coinage had already transitioned away from silver content. Earlier florins contained sterling silver, but by this point, they were composed of cupronickel, giving them durability but reducing precious metal value. The 1962 shilling coin features a bold and detailed design consistent with early Elizabethan coinage. On the obverse, you'll find the young laureate portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, engraved by Mary Gillick, which remains a favourite among collectors for its elegance and simplicity. The inscription Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina circles the portrait, reflecting traditional royal titles. The reverse showcases the Tudor rose, surrounded by thistles, shamrocks, and leek symbols representing England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. This blend of floral emblems symbolizes unity across the United Kingdom. Around the edge, the inscription reads FID Def 2 shillings 1960, marking both denomination and date. Its reeded edge adds texture and function, helping prevent counterfeiting and clipping. Even though the coin contains no silver, the design quality, national symbolism, and early Elizabeth II portrait make it a visually appealing and historically meaningful piece. While the 1962 shilling is not considered rare in normal circulated grades, collector interest does exist mainly for high-grade pieces or error coins. In fine condition, like the one discussed here, the coin is moderately collectible but still relatively common. Large mintages and heavy circulation mean many examples survive today. When it comes to damaged or heavily worn pieces, the story changes. Collectors typically prioritize well-preserved coins, so demand for damaged specimens is low. Scratches, dents, corrosion, and environmental damage significantly reduce value. Some collectors may buy damaged coins for bulk lots, beginners' collections, or educational use, but these examples rarely attract strong auction activity. However, the 1960 issue remains desirable among entry-level collectors of British pre-decimal coins and those building year sets of Queen Elizabeth II. Because the 1962 shilling is common in circulated grades, its value is modest. In fine condition, most examples sell for $324,000 in the everyday collector's market. Coins in better grades such as extremely fine or uncirculated can rise to $116,000, depending on luster, strike quality, and overall eye appeal. If the coin has minor toning or attractive natural color changes, some buyers may pay slightly more. On major auction platforms, Typical hammer prices for fine condition pieces stay on the lower end, often between $1 and $2, unless combined in a bulk lot. Damaged coins usually drop to under $1, often being sold by weight or as part of mixed pre-decimal bundles. Although the coin lacks precious metal value, it does maintain steady demand due to its historical appeal and collectible design if you're considering collecting 2 shilling coins from the mid-20th century. Here are some helpful tips. Look for high-grade examples. Coins in very fine or better condition are always more desirable and retain long-term value. Check for errors and varieties. While rare, any striking anomalies or misalignments can raise a coin's value significantly. Store your coins properly. Use protective flips or albums to avoid scratches and environmental damage. Buy from reputable dealers. Ensure authenticity and accurate grading when purchasing online or at markets. Build a year set. Collecting every year of Elizabeth II 2 shillings can be a fun and affordable project. Compare market prices frequently. Small fluctuations occur in the pre-decimal market, so checking auction results helps you stay informed. The United Kingdom 2 shilling coin from 1960 may not be among the rarest British coins, but it remains a charming and historically rich collectible. Its early portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, symbolic floral reverse, and connection to the pre-decimal era make it a favourite among beginners and history enthusiasts. Although its value in fine condition is modest, typically just a few dollars, its real worth lies in its story, its design, and its place in a bygone monetary system. Next up, the United Kingdom 2 shilling coin from 1966, examined here in very fine condition. Although the 1966 2 shilling is not considered rare in the traditional sense, it remains a popular collectible thanks to its elegant design, historical connections, and currency. Today, we'll explore its history, design features, rarity, collector demand especially in damaged representation of late pre-decimal British condition and its current auction market value in US dollars. Let's get started. The 2 shilling coin, also known as a florin, served an important role in British currency for well over a century. First introduced in 1849, the florin was originally designed to help transition the United Kingdom toward decimalisation. Each florin equaled 2 shillings or 1/10 of a pound, making it a convenient denomination that stayed relevant until the full decimal switch in 1971. The 1966 issue comes from the later years of the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, during a period of modernisation and economic development across the United Kingdom. The 1960s saw significant cultural transformation, but British coinage remained rooted in traditional designs and materials. Like earlier post-silver florins, the 1966 coin was minted in cupronickel, following the discontinuation of silver content in 1947. This year is also one of the final dates before the Royal Mint phased out certain pre-decimal denominations in preparation for decimalisation. Because the coin was heavily circulated in daily transactions, many surviving examples show moderate where making very fine specimens more desirable. The 1966 2 shilling features some of the most iconic and recognised imagery of the pre-decimal era. On the obverse, we see the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick. This portrait is admired for its simplicity, grace, and distinct classical styling. The Queen wears a laurel wreath, symbolic of peace, victory, and continuity. The reverse of the coin presents a striking design centred around the Tudor rose, flanked by intricate national emblems, the Scottish thistle, Irish shamrock, and Welsh leek. This floral arrangement symbolises unity and heritage across the 4 nations of the United Kingdom. The inscription FID Def 2 shillings 1966 encircles the design, marking the denomination, year, and the monarch's title as Defender of the Faith. The reeded edge adds both security and elegance, preventing clipping while enhancing the tactile experience of the coin. In very fine condition, many of these design elements remain sharp, with visible detail on the Queen's hair, facial features, and inner elements of the floral reverse. In terms of rarity, the 1966 2 shilling is categorized as a common pre-decimal coin, with high mintages and wide circulation. This means most collectors can obtain one without difficulty. However, grade is everything. Very fine examples display consistent detail, reasonable sharpness, and light to moderate where meaning they stand out compared to the heavily worn coins that dominate the market. Collectors generally prefer these higher-grade examples because they better preserve the beauty of the original artwork. Damaged or heavily worn 1966 florins, on the other hand, often hold little to no collector value. Scratches, dents, edge damage, corrosion, and cleaning marks significantly reduce market interest. Since the coin already has low scarcity, buyers usually skip damaged pieces unless they are extremely cheap or part of a bulk historical lot. However, the 1966 florin retains consistent demand for those assembling date runs, building pre-decimal sets, or collecting Queen Elizabeth II portrait varieties. The fact that it represents one of the late florin issues also adds a small level of historical relevance and very fine condition. The 1966 2 shilling typically sells for $431,000 in most online marketplaces and coin shops. Prices vary slightly depending on seller reputation, coin appearance, and whether the purchase includes combined shipping or bulk lots. Higher grade examples, those approaching extremely fine or uncirculated, can bring $224,000, especially if the coin displays strong luster and minimal contact marks. Coins graded by professional services may achieve even higher prices, though grading is rarely cost-effective for such a common coin at auction. The coin usually falls into the lower value category. Typical auction hammer price VFGR damaged examples, often under $1 or sold in mixed lots. Brilliant uncirculated pieces, up to $10 or slightly more if attractively toned. Though the coin does not carry precious metal value, it remains steady in the collector market due to its classic design and historical significance. If you're interested in collecting late-era 2 shilling coins or building a full pre-decimal set, here are some helpful tips. Focus on higher grades. Very fine and above are ideal. Avoid overly worn or damaged pieces unless extremely cheap. Look for original surfaces. Coins that haven't been cleaned retain higher value and better appeal. Check for minor varieties. Occasionally, small die differences or errors appear in circulation pieces, which can raise value. Store carefully. Keep the coin in a protective flip or album page to prevent further wear. Compare. Seller prices vary between sellers, so shop around on reputable platforms. Consider buying in sets. Often, full pre-decimal sets are more cost-effective than individual purchases. Learn grading basics. Understanding wear patterns helps you choose better quality coins for your collection. The United Kingdom 2 shilling coin from 1966 stands as a beautiful reminder of Britain's pre-decimal currency system, blending historical significance with classic design. While not considered rare, its charm lies in its elegant portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, the symbolic floral reverse, and its place in the nation's monetary heritage. In very fine condition, it maintains modest but steady collector value, generally selling for just a few dollars at auction. Whether you're a new collector or a seasoned numismatist, the 1966 florin is an accessible and meaningful addition to any collection. Next up, the United Kingdom 2 shilling coin from 1956, in fine condition. While 2 shillings may not seem like much in today's currency, this particular coin carries significant historical and collectible value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just beginning your journey into coin collecting, this video will guide you through everything you need to know about the 1956 2 shilling coin, including its history, unique features, rarity, market demand, and auction value in US dollars. The United Kingdom's 2 shilling coin, often referred to as a florin, has a rich history dating back to 1849. By 1956, this coin had become a staple in British currency, valued at 1/10 of a pound. The 1956 issue is part of the pre-decimal series, minted during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who ascended to the throne in 1952. These coins were struck at the Royal Mint and reflect the post-war era of Britain, a time when the nation was recovering economically and culturally. The 2 shilling coin was widely circulated, making it an everyday item for Britons, yet over the decades, surviving examples in fine or better condition have become increasingly rare, particularly as many coins were lost, damaged, or melted down for their metal content. The 1956 2 shilling coin has several distinctive features that make it appealing to collectors. On the obverse side, you'll find the young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick, which captures the Queen's regal yet approachable appearance. The reverse showcases a crowned Tudor rose, a symbol of England, surrounded by a wreath of thistles, shamrocks, and roses representing the United Kingdom's constituent nations. The coin is made from cupronickel, giving it a silvery appearance, and weighs 11.31 grams with a diameter of 28.5 millimeters. Fine details such as the floral engravings, the precise lettering, and the crown's intricate design set this coin apart from other issues, making it highly desirable for collectors who appreciate artistry and historical context. Although millions of 2 shilling coins were minted in the 1950s, surviving coins in fine condition are relatively scarce. Over time, many were worn down through circulation, leaving few with well-preserved details. Collectors often seek coins that maintain clear lettering, visible floral patterns, and a clean portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. Because of this limited availability, the 1956 2 shilling has developed a strong collector demand. Coins that are damaged, heavily worn, or corroded are less sought after, but even these can have some value if they are from a rare year or have minting anomalies. The fine condition strikes a perfect balance between accessibility and investment potential, making it a favored choice for collectors aiming to build a comprehensive British coin collection. The value of a 1956 United Kingdom 2 shilling coin can vary significantly depending on condition, rarity, and demand. In fine condition, these coins typically sell in the range of $334,000 at auction or through specialized coin dealers. Coins in very fine or uncirculated condition can fetch much higher prices, sometimes exceeding $114,000 or more. Auction houses and online marketplaces have increasingly attracted international collectors, which has helped sustain strong demand and stabilize prices. When considering market value, it's important to account for factors such as toning, scratches, or previous cleaning, as these can influence the final auction price. For those looking to acquire a 1956 2-shilling coin, here are a few practical tips. Check the coin's condition. Look for coins with clear lettering, sharp details, and minimal wear. Fine condition is ideal for balancing price and collectability. Verify authenticity. Purchase from reputable dealers or auction houses to ensure the coin is genuine. Counterfeits are rare but do exist. Research market trends. Keep an eye on recent auction results and online listings to understand current pricing and demand. Handle carefully. Always hold coins by the edges and consider storing them in protective holders to prevent further wear or damage. Consider historical context. Coins with unique features, such as minting errors or limited releases, can be particularly valuable. So check for anomalies. The United Kingdom 2-shilling coin from 1956 is more than just currency. It's a piece of history that reflects the cultural and economic landscape of post-war Britain. Its elegant design, historical significance, and limited availability in fine condition make it a highly desirable collectible. Whether you're adding it to a growing collection or seeking a unique investment, the 1956 2-shilling coin offers both aesthetic appeal and financial potential. By understanding its history, unique features, and market value, collectors can make informed decisions and enjoy the thrill of owning a tangible piece of British heritage. Next up, the United Kingdom 2-shilling coin from 1962, particularly those in rusty condition. While a rusty coin may not sparkle like a pristine specimen, it still holds a unique place in the hearts of collectors. In this video, we'll explore its history, unique features, rarity, collector demand, current market value in dollars, and tips for collectors interested in this fascinating piece of numismatic history. The 2-shilling coin, also known as a florin, has a rich legacy in the United Kingdom, dating back to 1849 when it was first introduced to encourage decimalization. The 1962 issue belongs to the reign of Queen Elizabeth II and features a design that reflects the transitional period in British coinage. Made primarily from cupronickel, this coin was intended for everyday circulation but has since become a collectible item due to its age and historical significance. The 1962 florin was minted during a period when the UK was experiencing significant economic and social change, making it not only a piece of currency but also a small historical artifact of post-war Britain. The 1962 2-shilling coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Mary Gillick, which captures the youthful and regal likeness of the monarch. The reverse displays the iconic crowned Tudor rose flanked by a thistle, shamrock, and leek, symbolizing the four nations of the United Kingdom: England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. What makes the 1962 coin particularly interesting is its composition and design details. The cupronickel alloy gives it durability, though over time, exposure to moisture and handling can lead to rust and corrosion, which adds character and a unique patina that some collectors find appealing. While coins in pristine condition generally attract the highest prices, even rusty or corroded 1962 2-shillings have their own niche market. Coins with rust are rarer in collections because most circulated coins were cleaned, polished, or replaced over time. The presence of rust or corrosion can indicate authenticity and a true circulation history, which appeals to some collectors who value historical wear. Demand for rusty 1962 2-shilling coins is moderate. Serious numismatists may seek them to complete sets or to study circulation patterns. It is important to note that excessive rust or damage may reduce its market appeal, but a lightly rusty coin that retains legible details can still be highly sought after. The market value of a 1962 UK 2-shilling coin in rusty condition varies depending on the severity of the corrosion, demand, and the rarity of the specific minting batch. As of the current auction trends, these coins typically sell between $324,000 for moderate rust, while exceptionally rare examples with minimal corrosion or historical significance may fetch up to $25. Pricing fluctuates based on collector interest and auction dynamics, so it's important to check recent sales data before buying or selling. For those interested in collecting rusty 1962 2-shilling coins, here are a few tips. Assess the condition carefully. Look for coins with rust that does not obscure the main design features. The clearer the details, the higher the potential value. Avoid harsh cleaning. Cleaning rust aggressively can damage the coin and reduce its value. Collectors often prefer coins with a natural patina. Check provenance. Coins with documented histories or those purchased from reputable dealers often carry higher collector confidence. Compare auction prices. Use recent auction data to determine realistic pricing and avoid overpaying for heavily corroded coins. Diversify your collection. Consider collecting coins in varying conditions to understand the full spectrum of rarity and historical significance. The United Kingdom 2 shilling 1962 coin, even in rusty condition, offers a fascinating glimpse into the nation's numismatic history. Its unique design, connection to Queen Elizabeth II's early reign, and the charm of its circulation make it a collectible piece with both historical and monetary value. While rust may seem like a flaw, it tells the story of a coin that has journeyed through decades, making it a conversation piece for any collection. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just beginning your numismatic journey, the 1962 2 shilling coin is a reminder that even imperfections can carry immense historical and collector appeal. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below if you've ever found a 2005 2 shilling coin. Share your story and let's see who has the most interesting find.